Are you thinking about possibly selling your house? Where do you even get started? What do you even do? So I've got one of my very first houses I've ever sold right behind me, and they're considering maybe selling it, maybe leasing it. So do you renovate? Do you remodel? Do you just refresh? What do you do? Before you even start all that, I wanna go to the most basic things you can do that you can just do while you're walking around the house, make a tiny little checklist of things you can do to get ready to sell your house, and that's what we're gonna do today. So starting with the exterior of the house, we all know that you've got to have a really great curb appeal. If you don't know that, that's literally number one most important thing is curb appeal. So take some time, look at the exterior of your house and what you might do. For this house, these trees need to be trimmed. And we need to do something with our landscaping. You'll notice our neighbor to the other side has got really great landscaping. She's got a green thumb. My buddy here does not. So we're gonna have to hire somebody to refresh our landscaping on the exterior. So that's one thing. Just walk around your house, look to see if there's anything that you could do that just freshens up that curb appeal. You can do this at any time. It's not just when you wanna sell. The purpose of doing these things regularly is so that when you decide to sell, you don't have a gigantic long list. So we're gonna go through some small, simple tasks. First, curb appeal. Second, do you have gutters on your house? Get those gutters cleaned out. Easy to do. Just something that's gonna come up on a home inspection when you're going to sell your house is if your gutters are dirty. So just take care of that. Another thing that I know about this house is the exterior lighting doesn't work. You know why? Because the bulbs ran out and you just didn't put a new one in. So do those small little things. When we have a sign in the yard, when you have your sign in the yard to sell your house, it's for sale not just during the daytime, it's for sale at night too. And this is a busy street. People drive around, people walk around. We need that sign lit up, so make sure you have your exterior lighting done too. Very easy little things. But let's go inside, take a look at a few more things, nothing overwhelming, and maybe even stuff you could do yourself. Let's go take a look. All right, so let's get inside and see what small things that we can do in here. One of the reasons I think this is so important for you guys to consider is when I am with my buyers out and about looking at houses, one of the first things they'll notice are really tiny, okay? So if it's a really tiny thing that you could have just gotten rid of from the beginning, it's gonna make them think that you've done a fantastic job of keeping up with your house. And that's the point. Keep up with your house so that you can get more money when it counts. So one of the tiny little things that could have been fixed, that will be fixed in this house, is the weather stripping on this door. Weather stripping is maybe like $25, give or take, but it's so cheap. And because it hasn't been fixed, we've been letting a little water seep in here and now we have damage to our floorboard. So a tiny little problem has become something bigger. And the longer you ignore these tiny little things, they're gonna become bigger things later. And again, our point is to not have all of these tiny little things come up on our home inspections. We don't want that. We don't wanna be having to negotiate over tiny little piddly things that you could have taken care of right at the beginning and they wouldn't have created a problem at all. So that's one thing. And as you walk around the house, you're gonna notice light bulbs might be out that you're just like, oh, we never turned that light on, so I don't really care. Well, someone's gonna care. So change the light bulbs out. Make sure everything is working. One of the great things about this house is that it's got so many different lightings everywhere. We've got surround sound, but we don't even know how the surround sound works in here. So figure out those little things because that's gonna add value to your house. Your house has a full sound system, fantastic. Doesn't matter if you don't know how to work it, right? And then as I'm going over here, I know I talked about your lighting. Do you have any light switches that you have no idea what they do? This one, it's literally not doing anything. Get an electrician out, figure out all these little tiny things before you go on the market or even when you're considering it. Do your home maintenance stuff, make your life easier. Another thing as we go into the kitchen, and this is gonna come up a lot, comes up on my inspections all the time, is the anti-tip device, right? It's literally just this little hook that goes in the back, keeps your oven from tipping forward in case you have any little ones around. If they were to climb up on your oven, which would be dangerous, it would tip over on top of them, right? Literally 5 seconds to install and put this back there. So that's not an issue that you have anymore. So look around your house, what are our little things? And then let's go outside and see what we can do outside in the backyard. This place has a backyard, it's fabulous. So if you wanna buy it, it may be for sale soon. So heading back outside to the backyard, one of the things I want to point out, and I'm sure all of us have this because everybody loves our furry friends, if you have a dog and sometimes they paw at the door, go ahead and take care of that. Clean up the door, clean up that little sideboard so that that's not something people see. Another thing is your backyard fence, right? We're big fence people in Texas. We love that privacy fence. So this property has a really nice tall fence, but it needs a little love. It needs a little staining. Some of the boards are damaged. So take care of that stuff as it happens. Don't leave this long list for yourself, because again, these could be really small fixes that may turn into large fixes the longer you ignore them. Another thing I want to point out is having your HVAC system regularly serviced, okay? So this system right here has got a little greenery growing up in the back of it. We don't want that. We don't want anyone to see it. We don't want it to come on an inspection report. So do those yearly, semi-annually home maintenance things. These are some of them. If you're thinking, Sierra, I don't know what's wrong with my house. I have no idea. Like all these little things, I wouldn't notice it. I'm not very handy. I have no idea. Let's talk about doing a pre-inspection in that scenario. So that way, nothing is gonna pop up once you put that house for sale that you didn't already know about, that you didn't already have an opportunity to fix. So if you're just completely lost and don't know what to do, pre-inspection is the way to go. Let a professional come in and tell you all the little things that are gonna pop up so you have no surprises along the way. But again, you guys, these are just really small, simple things. We can get into a lot more staging, renovation, remodel later down the road, but these are tiny little things that you can do by just walking around your house to get your home ready to sell when the time comes. So that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.